to whence he came. The journey that we took to do Jah work. To do Jah work. Peetah tell the world, all in all you do. He came, put Jah first. And we will continue to live that exemplifying life. That we put Jah first in everything we do. And I want to do something too. Peetah is going off to whence he came. To sit with the ancestors, to sit with the greats. I just like everybody for putting their hands together for Peetah Morgan. Long live Peetah Morgan. And I just want to touch bases on some of the people that help us to start this journey. Our musical director, Clifford Branch. He called me and he reminded me of when our father sent Peetah to his house to knock on his door and ask him to come and help us with our music arrangement. And Clifford Branch did a great work with us. That now he can see his student sitting up on high with the greats of his accomplishments and his work that he did. He studied hard. He studied humanity. He studied life. And he had a lot of love to share. And his work is finished. He has passed the baton. So we, the rest of us, his children, his wife, his children's mothers, we, his brothers and sisters, his mother. See her there? Mama, when I was with Peetah in Jamaica. Why? My son, Denry Morgan III, finally got a chance to do a song with him. And the song said, Mama, don't cry. Because this child is surely going to make it. And he made it. He's made it. The world has seen our brother. So for this, I give God thanks for everything. Because he's not in pain anymore. The world has seen. People don't know my brother struggled. So for this struggle, but I give all in his struggle, everything. He kept going. Because he's not in pain anymore. So we must keep going. We must keep going. Peetah Morgan. Thank you.
One of many children. Blessings to you, Mother Ina. You're so wonderful. Thank you, Mama, for being here. At this time, word of encouragement will be brought to us by Dr. Gershom Nelson.
As I looked around and saw this gathering, it occurred to me that, believe it or not, we're all related. And as such, we need to understand that one gets from this gathering this evening is that Peetah Morgan lived an exemplary life and has left a legacy that we all can emulate and pass on to the next generation. It is bittersweet. We meet here to grieve the loss of Peetah with his mom, Hyacinth, his wife, Maria, children, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, other relatives, and a host of friends. While we grieve, which is a natural process and we shouldn't fight the grief, we have occasion to celebrate, because we can celebrate the life of someone who lived purposefully. I treasure the opportunity to share with you this afternoon a background to understanding Peetah and the Morgan family. It is only a week ago that there was the first forum held by one of the largest organizations with roots in Jamaica. It is called the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations. And if you went to school in Jamaica, chances are that your high school is represented in that group. For the first time, there was a conference on reggae. Everyone came to the conclusion that reggae is a gift to the world from Jamaica. That deserves an applause, don't you think? However, it is not only a gift, it is a message and a challenge. There are a number of ambassadors who embraced reggae and Rastafarianism and made it global. So wherever you go on this planet today, you will encounter reggae and you will encounter Rastafarians. Peetah and the Morgan family have been authentic and systematic in their ambassadorship for reggae and Rastafarianism. So this memorial service is very, very, very special because we celebrate the life and the works of a second generation ambassador for reggae. All the folks in the hearing of my voice are familiar with the pioneers in reggae, which actually include Denroy Morgan, Peetah's father. And he passed on that legacy to the children, and I am pleased and delighted to be celebrating with you this evening the life of his son, who has become an icon for the reggae message and challenge. But to appreciate reggae and Rastafarianism, we need to know something. We need to know of the enslavement of Africans in the Americas. We need to also know that after emancipation, the descendants of slaves were oppressed continuously and for an extended period of time. And you ask me today, has that oppression ended? And if you were to ask Peetah, and if you ask the Morgan family, through their songs, you will discover that there's work yet to be done. So, it is not surprising, it's with that background that Marcus Garvey said, "Look to Africa for the crowning of a prince." And intriguingly enough, in 1930, a prince was indeed crowned. At the time Marcus Garvey made that declaration, there was only one country south of the Sahara that escaped the scramble for Africa that Europeans engaged in, separating and oppressing the African continent. That one country was Ethiopia. And in 1930, there was indeed a coronation. The coronation was of Ras Tafari. Ras is a title, by the way. But the revelation did not end there. 5 years later, Ethiopia, that had not previously been colonized, was invaded by fascism. After World War II, there emerged what was called the League of Nations. Ethiopia was a member of the League. The League had as its principal objective to prevent another world war, like World War I. And so the rule was any member state that was attacked would be supported by all members to repel that attack. So, Ras Tafari, who had been anointed Emperor of Ethiopia, assuming the name Haile Selassie I, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, made his appeal to the League of Nations. The League ignored his appeal. And in his Geneva address to the League and the world, Haile Selassie II declared, "There is a rule of the universe which says what you do to others will be done to you. And to the extent that my colleagues refuse to assist in repelling fascism is the extent to which fascism will find its way to your doors sooner or later." 5 years. And fascism was overrunning Europe, plunged the world into World War II. The catastrophe is well known. The carnage is known. So then I need to give you one other connection. Leonard Howell, a follower of Marcus Garvey, knowing what Garvey said, observed all these developments and concluded that Garvey was indeed prophetic, and that indeed Ras Tafari represented not only persistence and deliverance from oppression, but indeed was a model for Africans in the diaspora to look to for strength, to look for redemption. At the same time as these oppressive elements enveloped the world, there began a musical transformation in Jamaica, so that by the 60s there emerged what we now call reggae. And reggae epitomized so well the oppression and the hope for deliverance that it fit perfectly with Rastafarianism. So, Peetah Morgan represents the unfolding of the equality, that pursuit of justice. He has represented his generation well, with excellence. He has, in fact, along with the Morgan heritage, elevated the genre to the point where the world looked around and said, "You folks deserve Grammys." I think we all should be proud of that. So as we mourn, we even celebrate more, because this messenger, this ambassador of reggae and Rastafarianism has charted a course, equipped himself by the tutelage of Mama Hyacinth and the tutelage of Father Denroy Morgan, brought to the world a level of consciousness, a level of awareness that calls all of us to go down to the riverside. Yes. And so this evening, Peetah calls on all of us to go down to the riverside. We go down to the riverside to repent. We go down to the riverside to rejuvenate. We go down to the riverside to become refreshed. But having been refreshed, having been rejuvenated, we are called upon to rise up and proclaim the message of love, truth, justice, and grace, so ably represented by Peetah Morgan. Representing truth, representing justice, representing love is not abstract. It means we must engage in activities that are reflective of our love, reflective of justice, and reflective of truth. I must underscore the fact that Peetah heralded this incredible message to the world. And I must say, long live Peetah Morgan and the Morgan heritage. Say that with me. Long live Peetah Morgan and the Morgan heritage. We are here, and I hope we will appreciate the amazing accomplishment of our brother, whose life and works will live forever in our hearts and hopefully in our actions.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Dr. Gershom Nelson. He's a retired Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences from the University of Central Missouri. Come on, another one. Come on now. Thank you, sir. Blessings to the Morgan family. At this time, we are very honored to have in our presence the consulate from New York, the Consul General Alcion Wilson. Let's pronounce it properly. You are the Consul General from Jamaica to New York. And your name? Alcion Wilson. Wonderful. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Family members of my dear friend, the late Peetah Morgan, my colleague, Consul General Oliver, who's the Consul General from Jamaica to Florida, musicians, other dignitaries, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I know we are mourning Peetah, but ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We're here to celebrate him. Today, we gathered here to honor and remember the life of a remarkable individual who also happened to be a friend of mine, Peetah Morgan. I would like to begin by expressing my dearest condolences to the family and friends of Peetah. Losing a loved one is never ever easy. And my heart goes out to all of you during this difficult, very difficult time. When I received the call from Mojo, letting me know that Peetah had passed, it really broke my heart. As I have known this family for quite a very long time, Gramps and I have always shared a special bond. And I know how much Peetah meant to Gramps and Mojo. Peetah was not just a son. He was not just a brother. He was not just a husband. He was not just a father. Nor he was not just a friend. Peetah Morgan was a talented reggae musician. Who made significant contributions to our culture. His music touched the hearts and souls of the people all over the world. Especially in Africa, spreading messages of love, unity, social consciousness, and peace. Through his artistry, Peetah became a symbol of Jamaican pride and a voice to those who along the vibrant countryside to hand out sneakers to the students in Jamaica who could not afford to purchase one. Yvette would talk to me about her brothers, about one of my favorite group, Morgan Heritage. And we would sing as we drove through Portland. And sometimes I would get out and dance when I hear the songs that is brought into our lives. His legacy will continue to generations to come, reminding us of reggae music. To Yuna, Gramps, Luke, Mojo, Yvette, his wife, it will bring you comfort in the days ahead.
Please believe that we are number one. You agree? All right, everywhere we go, we take over, right? Definitely. And everywhere we go, we have to have a mayor, right? Come on now, come on now. We rule things around here, right? So, right this moment, we're about to take over Orlando. And in order for us to take over Orlando, we need permission. And this person that is coming to the podium is the Commissioner Regina Hill, who is now the Mayor Pro Tem, and she is going to give us a declaration that we run things. How about that? Come on, put your hands together and welcome Regina Hill.
Greetings. Greetings. It's a celebration. You know, I'll take a point of privilege prior to presenting this resolution from my Mayor Buddy Dyer and myself, Commissioner Regina Hill. I had the honor and privilege to actually spend some time with Peetah and Mojo, you know, folk, the Morgan Street to City Hall, to talk about the work they were doing and wanted to do in the community, and also have this huge music festival over at Tinkerfield. So I'm honored, and I was quite taken back and heartbroken, as the counselor stated, when I got the call from Mrs. Fatima about the passing of Peetah. But I celebrated because I knew he loved God. And as Brother Morgan that came before me stated the journey, I am not new to the Jamaican diaspora. I consider myself a ragamuffin long time. I truly believe the leadership that I bring I would not have if it wasn't in the early 80s and the 90s, where I sat in ciphers with good Rasta brothers and sisters that started to groom me and mold me and taught me knowledge of self and understanding and wisdom and love and unity. At least once a week you'll find me in a Jamaican local restaurant where they know me by name. And I can put some pots together too. So much so to where I even raised 2 sons that are Jamaican. So I am a true pod. Yeah, they poured him to me real good. So to say that I am very connected to the Jamaican Chamber here in this area, in the Jamaican diaspora, and the Caribbean diaspora as a whole. So I stand here not just as a city representative today. I like to say that I stand here as family. So with that being said, we thought it not robbery to honor a dignitary like Peetah and the Morgan family for all that they have done. And when the mayor's office was called, he said, yes, go. And so today I like to present, and not everybody gets this. I just want you to know this is not average. This is not normal. Everybody die, I just don't put his stamp on in it and everybody and everything. So this is truly an honor and a privilege that has been sealed by myself and the mayor. So whereas Mr. Peetah Anthony Morgan was a cherished husband, father, grandfather, son, and brother. And whereas Peetah was celebrated as a lead vocalist of Morgan Heritage, the Grammy Award-winning reggae group, his smooth vocals and unforgettable voice left an indelible mark on fans throughout the world. And Raz, Peetah created the band in 1994 with his siblings Una, Roy Grant, and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just going to say Luke Morgan, and of course, my good friend, Mr. Mojo Morgan. He had a profound impact on the global music scene, and his contributions to reggae and Afro-Caribbean music and culture is undeniable. And Raz, Peetah was committed to using music as a tool for uplifting others, following in the footsteps of his beloved father, Ross Denroy Morgan Sr. And Raz, along with his brother Mojo, Peetah was a proud resident, did I say proud resident, of the city of Orlando community, who was dedicated to nurturing his family here in Orlando, creating a loving and supportive environment while growing roots and creating memories. Whereas the city of Orlando recognizes Peetah's incredible impact here, not just in this community, but around the world. And know and love the legacy that he has left behind, his family, his children, his grandchildren. See, I would say love is until the grave. It never dies. Because when it lives on to the next generation and the generation thereafter. So I celebrate the life, the legacy of this great man through what we're looking at throughout this place. Oh, there's no need to be sad. There's no need to cry because he yet lives. He let live through all of us. Dry your tears. Stand up and applaud the life, the love, the life. Peetah Morgan, a true champion of justice, of peace, of reggae, of unity. So now, therefore, we, Buddy Dare, Mayor of Orlando, I, Regina Hill, extend our life, our legacy, our love to the Morgan family, to Peetah Anthony Morgan. So we declare Thursday, March 7, 2024 as a citywide day of mourning. But no, not mourning. I say celebration. As we recognize the impact, the legacy of our dear friend, Peetah Anthony Morgan, here in the city of Orlando. One love, Rasta Selassie. All right, we rule things round here. Yes, long live Peetah. Come on now, come on now, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Down south decide to take a trip up to Orlando, to Central Florida. Put your hands together and welcome the Consul General to the people. Consul General Oliver Mayer, welcome to Orlando, sir. What good?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you are here and you have been touched by the life of Peetah Morgan, could you just raise your hand at this time? Let's give him a big round of applause. As a Consul General of Jamaica, based in Miami with responsibility for the Southern United States, it's indeed an honor to be asked to say a few words. And I want to first of all just express my deepest condolences to the family. I must, if I may say, the royal family, the music. Do you agree? And on behalf of every citizen of Jamaica and the government of Jamaica, we say thank you to this gentleman who has made Jamaica proud and the world proud. You know, over the past 3 months, I've been known to 3 funerals to say goodbye to 3 legends. In January, we said goodbye to Pluto. And just last week, it was Aston, family man Barrett. And now we say goodbye to another legend. Peetah has done a lot for the music. His energy, is love, is connectivity. Get a message for the world. And there's a certain message you feel when Morgan Heritage is on the stage. There's a vibe. And there is a feeling that we can do better as a people. We can come together as a people. We can make this world a better place. That's the energy and message from Morgan's Heritage. And certainly Peetah as lead singer, in my opinion, has been one of the greatest voices I've ever heard in the world. Me now go hide and talk. My one boss as an artist. And everywhere I go, I try a thing. We get a little clap here and there. I'm going to continue to try. And recently, I got word. I'm a big friend with Gramps. I'm link up Gramps early. So we're backstage. I'm doing a nice little video with me. But I was hoping they would have called me on stage. So I go around the front. I'm Mr. Peetah. But listen, they mash up the place and did an excellent job. And even though they never called me up, I will make sure I continue to sing the music of Morgan Heritage wherever I go. But I want to remind us here today